Right, so welcome to another Budokon yoga class. We're going to start in Seiza or sitting cross-legged or whichever position feels more comfortable. And we're just going to sit still here for a minute, closing your eyes, bringing your focus into your body, into your breath. Do a little scan of your body, check how you're feeling. If you're holding any tension anywhere. If your breathing is a little bit short and shallow, see if you can take some slightly longer, more steady breaths. And then opening your eyes, bowing into your practice, bringing the right hand down, followed by the left hand, bowing in, coming up, return the right hand, return the left hand. And we're just going to start moving, reaching up, interlace the fingers, stretching up, and then swan diving forward. Open the chest, lengthening down. When the head reaches the floor, tucking the tailbone under, coming all the way up, reaching the hands up, interlace the fingers, stretching up, and again, swan diving forward, head comes down last. Pubic bone to navel, curling back up, reaching the hands up, stretching up, and again, swan diving forward. And one more time, curling the spine, coming up, reaching, stretching up, and again, swan diving forward. And then coming back to neutral. And here, I'm going to come up onto our knees, tucking the toes under. And we're just going to take the hands out wide, bringing the hands over to the right, bringing the right hand to the right heel, stretching out the left side. Nice. And then again, taking the hands wide, opening the chest, reaching all the way over to the left side. Again, coming forward, taking the hands wide, coming over to the right, stretching out, back over to the left, reaching out, and one last time to the right, stretching the left side out, and last time over to the left, stretching out, and then coming back to center, and we're just going to warm up the wrists. So I don't want you to do the fixed circles that we always do unless you want to, but I just want you to move in any direction that feels right. Bringing some weight, see if you can lift the knees off the floor for a bit while you move. You can move the shoulders. You can stretch the hands away if you want. You can move sideways. So just in general, moving your spine, wrists and shoulders and hips in any direction that you want, anywhere that you feel like you need to stretch. Stretching maybe over the wrists a little bit and pushing back. You can turn the hands so they're facing you. And again, You can lift the knees off the floor, hover the knees and just gently move back and forward. So just continue for a bit longer. Again, you can take the hands out to the side and you can move side to side. And then I'm going to sit back on our heels, take the hands forward and start moving again, pubic bone to navel, curling the spine, coming forward, dropping the hips, opening the chest and reversing the movement, chin to chest, push the hands away and coming all the way back into your heels. Second time, curling the spine, coming forward, dropping the hips, opening the chest, reverse the movement, dropping the head, really curling the spine as you go back, sitting back on the heels. 2 more times, curling the spine, coming forward, opening the chest, and then dropping chin to chest, coming back onto your heels. And last one, curling the spine, coming forward, dropping the hips. See if you can open the shoulders, bringing the chest through. Nice. And then chin to chest, coming all the way back into your heels. And now I'm going to push, straighten my legs, coming into a downward facing dog. Bending one knee at a time, dropping the hip, and swapping sides. And I will do 3 rolling vinyasas. So both starting with the heels down. We're going to raise, coming up onto your toes, start curling the spine, coming forward into a plank, and then lowering all the way down. Pushing back up, we're going to add a press up in. So pushing back up. Very nice. Lowering back down. This time cobra roll, keeping the toes tucked under, pushing the hips up, point the toes, and start rolling. Pubic bone to navel, all the way up into your upward facing dog, and then chin to chest, push the hands away, coming back into your downward facing dog. We'll do this 2 more times. So coming up onto the toes, curling the spine, coming forward into a plank, and we're going to lower and come back up. So lowering down, pushing back up. Nice. Lowering all the way down, and cobra roll, tucking the toes under, pushing the hips up, point the toes, and start rolling all the way into your upward facing dog. Chin to chest, push the hands away, coming back into your downward facing dog. And last time, raising the heels, curling the spine, coming forward into plank, and again, we're going to lower and come back up. So lowering down and push back up. Very nice. Lowering all the way down. Cobra roll. Toes are tucked under, pushing the hips up, point the toes, pubic bone to navel, up into your upward facing dog. Chin to chest. Push the hands away, coming all the way into your downward facing dog. Now I'm going to bring my knees down to the floor, coming up onto our heels. Just be mindful with your knees with this one. You've done this before, Sonia, but just be a bit mindful. It's the one where we transition back into the heels, keeping the legs a little bit wider, so hip width apart. Nice. And then slowly pushing all the way up to standing. Bringing the hands up, opening the chest, gentle back bend. Back to center, and swan diving forward. Opening the chest, reaching forward, curling all the way back down. So I'm trying to keep my heels down, which I actually can't. And then I'm going to transition again. So I'm going to bring the knees forward, bring my body weight back, so the knees touch down gently. Either hands on heels to open the chest, or just gently wherever they reach, or you can take your elbows, whatever works, but opening the chest, looking up, and then chin to chest, coming forward, bringing the weight back into your heels, and slowly, vertebra by vertebra, coming all the way up to standing again. Bringing the hands up, interlace the fingers, opening the chest. Back to center and swan dive. Opening the chest, coming forward, all the way down. And last time, I'm going to bring the knees forward. I'm going to open the chest one way or another. Dropping the chin to the chest, gently changing the weight from the toes to the heels. And again, vertebra by vertebra, we're going to start raising the hips and then slowly coming all the way up to standing again. Raising the hands up, interlace the fingers, opening the chest. Back to center, swan diving forward, all the way down, bending the knees, and bringing the knees down. Press the hands either onto the heels, opening the chest, chin to chest, lowering down, and coming back onto your heels. And then from here, I'm going to push up into a downward facing dog. Nice. So from here, I want to step or jump the feet through the hands. So I want to come down to sit. So you can do a couple of tries if you want to just do the little hops forward and back. And eventually, I wouldn't recommend you try with the legs crossed just because of the knees, but you can just do a little hop to the hands, as close to the hands with the feet together. That's it, and back. And then eventually, you can alternate. You can either jump forward and then you can gently cross the legs and bringing them through, and they straight away stay, I'll show you facing forward, they stay crossed. And then I'm going to inhale, reaching up, and exhale, folding forward. Nice. I'm going to come over to the right. That's it. And then back through the center, swinging over to the left, through the center, coming over to the right, through the center, over to the left. And this time I want to come through the center. As I come over to the right, this might not be doable if the knees aren't low enough, but I want to just try and lift the hips. If the knees are nowhere near the floor, you could maybe release the left and just come up onto the right knee. That's it. And then lower, back, down. So just take it in turns and then go back through the center. Again, if the knees are nowhere near the floor, you can release the right foot, push the hip up, coming all the way up, and then lowering back down, coming through the center. Nice, curling all the way up, bringing the legs into boat, and then slowly lowering all the way down, bending the knees close to your body, raising the hips up, lowering back down, and then bringing the legs up. You can either stop halfway if you're able to go all the way, bringing the legs over the head, otherwise just keeping them up towards the ceiling. And then with a little bit of momentum, I want to bend the left knee and come to my warrior's base. So left knee is down, right foot is forward. So second time we'll do this, we'll come up onto, so the second time we're going to roll up, I want to step forward, again gentle with the knees. So rolling back down, raising the legs either halfway or all the way over the head. And this time, left leg goes behind, push the left leg in, coming slightly up, nice. Sitting back down, push the hands away, lowering down, and last one. So legs either halfway or all the way. And this time again, left knee bends, pressing down on that left knee, coming up into your half moon. Nice, holding it there. And then from here, I'm going to gently bend the right knee, step the left leg back, coming in to my reaching warrior, and then bringing the right hand down, left hand comes down. I'm going to retract the right leg, making it light, reaching the right leg back, and then lowering the right leg down. Now we're going to add in a little rolling vinyasa. So coming up onto our toes, curling the spine, and coming in to our plank. So here, I'm going to add in something that we've not done before, and it could be a complete disaster. This is something that's in Budokon yoga, but also in Ashtanga. In Ashtanga it's called Nakrasana, and in Budokon it's called crocodile. So take this with a pinch of salt, because I tend to look like I'm having a bit of a crisis when I do this. So we start a little bit at the back of the mat. And what I want to do is 3 hops to the front of the mat, 3, and then hop back again. So you want to keep the elbows very soft and the knees soft as well. Yes, perfect. Make sure the elbows are a little bit softer so they're not locking at all. Very nice, well done. So when we've done 3 going forward, we want to do 3 going back. I'm going to lower and push back up again. Lower down, push back up. Second time I'm going to lower all the way down. Cobra roll, tucking the toes under, push the hips up, point the toes, and pubic bone to navel, curling up, opening the chest, chin to chest, push the hands away, and coming all the way back into downward facing dog. So we're going to do the left side of this. So again, I'm going to either do a little hop or gently cross the legs, or play around a little bit with trying to transition through to come to sit down. Nice. So again, I'm going to cross my legs. If you can try and cross them over in the opposite leg that you had before. It doesn't really matter because we'll do it a few times. Try and just change the legs every now and then. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, coming forward. This time I'm going to go to the left first, opening out to the side. Back to center, reaching over to the right. Back to center, reaching over to the left, and coming back to center, and over to the right. Back to center. This time, same as before, coming over to the left. If the knees can't reach the floor to lift, release one leg and come up onto the knees, or come up just on the left knee, and then lowering back down. Coming back to center, coming over to the right. Again, either just pushing up onto the knees or releasing the left leg. Lowering down, coming back to center. Vertebra, vertebra coming up and releasing the legs, coming into boat. Slowly, all together, lowering down. Bend the knees close to your body. Pushing the hips up. You can interlace the fingers behind your back if you want now, opening the chest a little bit more. Nice. And then slowly lowering down, raising the legs up, either halfway to the ceiling, or you can raise the hands above the head, bring the legs all the way to the floor. This time, the right leg bends first, coming forward to your warrior's base. And then lowering back down. So when we lower back down, pushing the hands away, straightening the legs, try and come down with a really curled spine. Vertebra, vertebra. Second time, raising the legs, either halfway or all the way, and coming forward again. Right knee bends first, left leg forward, and this time, just bringing the weight up. Very nice. Sitting back down, pushing hands and legs away, slowly lowering down, hands above the head if the legs are coming all the way up, otherwise just stopping halfway. And this time, the right leg goes behind, coming through your warrior's base, coming up into your half moon. Find your balance. Hold it, demi-point the toes. And then gently from here, I'm going to bend the standing leg, step back with the right leg, coming into a reaching warrior, bringing the left hand down, big circle with the right hand, coming down, squaring the hips, making that left foot light, reaching the left leg behind, and lowering the left leg down. We'll do another little rolling vinyasa. So I'm going to come up onto the balls of the feet, curling the spine, coming forward. You might want to walk back to the back end of the mat a little bit. So we'll do 3 little crocodile jumps forward and 3 going back. 3 forward. Make sure the elbows are nice and bent. And 3 back. We're going to lower. Yes, play around with it. We're going to lower down and push back up. Pushing back up. And now we're going to lower and stay down. Cobra roll, tucking the toes under, pushing the hips up, point the toes, pubic bone to navel, all the way up into your upward facing dog. Chin to chest, push the hands away, and coming all the way into your downward facing dog. Nice. We're just going to do this one more time, right and left, but skipping some of the repetitions. So I'm going to step or jump the feet through the hands. Gently, gentle on the knees. That's it. So, because I'm doing the right leg, I'll bring the right leg on the inside so you can release the left leg. If it's uncomfortable, just leave the legs as they are. Reaching up, coming forward. Coming over to the right, one way. Opening the chest. Going a bit slower because we'll only do once. Coming back to center. Coming over to the left. Opening the chest. Coming back to center. And this time coming over to the right. Again, either just coming up onto both knees or releasing the left knee. And then lowering back down. Full circle. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter which leg you have in front because you've got to release both knees. And then over to the left, either both knees or releasing the right knee. And then lowering back, coming through center, coming up. See if you can do it as a continuous move. Straight away, the legs come up. I'm going to lower, lower body simultaneously. All the way down, straight away, bringing the legs, the feet in, hip width apart, raising the hips, interlace the fingers, opening the chest, lowering down, taking the legs out and bringing them up. Hands come either above the head or keep them down if you're only bringing the legs to the ceiling. And this time, I'm going to bend the left knee. I'm going to come up, all the way up. Take your time, coming up into half moon. Nice. And from half moon, I'm going to bend the right knee. I'm going to reach, coming forward into my reaching warrior. Bring the right hand down. Big circle with the left hand. Squaring the hips. Releasing that right leg. Bending the knee. Reaching behind. And then lowering down. We're just going to come straight into the left side and we'll do the rolling vinyasa after both sides. So step or jump the feet through the hands. Crossing the legs. This time, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, coming forward. Reaching over to the left, opening the chest. Coming back to center. Reaching over to the right. And coming back to center. And this time coming over to the left. Either release the right knee or coming up onto both knees. Gently lowering and coming back to center and coming over to the right. Again, either both knees or releasing the left one. Lowering down, coming back to center. Slowly coming up through your boat and slowly lowering all the way down. Bending the knees, Raising the hips, interlace the fingers, opening the chest, and then lowering all the way down, straightening the legs, hands either above the head or next to your body. Raise the legs, if you can, all the way above your head. And this time I'm going to bend the right knee, then bend the left knee through your, coming into your half moon. Take your time, demi point the toes, bend that left knee, step the right leg back, coming into your reaching warrior, bringing the left hand down, big circle with the right hand, squaring the hips, make that left foot light, reaching the left leg behind, and lowering the left leg down. So this time we're going to do the right side, but we're going to add a few more elements to it. Okay, let's do a little rolling vinyasa first with our crocodile. Coming up onto the balls of the feet. Reaching forward into your plank. You might want to walk to the back of the mat. Make sure those elbows are bouncing. So very 3 gentle hops forward, hops back, 3. We're going to lower and push back up. Lowering down, pushing back up. And then lowering down and staying down. Cobra roll, tuck the toes under, pushing the hips up, point the toes. Cobra roll, pubic bone to navel, all the way up into upward facing dog. Chin to chest, push the hands away. Coming back into your downward facing dog. And again, right side. So I'm going to step or jump the feet through the hands into my crossed legs. Gentle with the knees. Reaching up. Coming forward. Over to the right. Opening that left side. Back to center. Over to the left. Back to center. And then curling the spine. Coming through your boat. And then, oh, sorry. Thanks, Sonia. Over to the right. Reaching up. Either both knees stay down or releasing the left leg. And lowering down. Back to center. Over to the left. Again, hips come up. Nice. Lowering back down. Back to center. This time we can go down. Through the middle. Through your boat. All in one go. Coming all the way down. Straight away. Bend the knees in. Raising the hips. Interlace the fingers. Opening the chest. Hips come down. Straightening the legs. And then legs come over the head or they stop halfway. And this time I'm going to bend the left knee. Slowly coming up into my half moon. Nice. Finding your balance. Demi point the back toe. Nice. Bending that right knee and stepping the left foot down into your reaching warrior. Right hand comes down. This time the left hand comes down, squaring the hips, and the right hand comes back up. So strong fist. Bending the left knee, coming into your revolved archer. Big circle with the left hand. Right hand comes through into your warrior 2. Circling the hands through your goddess, crossing the hands, coming into your double block. And now we'll just do another variation that we've not done before. So I want to turn and square the hips facing the front of the mat. I want to slide, so my hands are forward. I want to slide the back leg to come just in front of the right leg. So the left leg goes from the back to the front, and then you come into your reaching warrior. Take your time with the balance. Palm is facing up from the front hand. This is an attack move, so reaching forward. Very nice. And then I'm going to return in the same way. So I'm going to step the right foot behind, staying knees low, slide the left leg back, and coming back into my double block. We'll do this a couple more times just to get used to it. This is from the second series, a move. So squaring the hips forward, sliding that left foot in front. So as one movement, as we would come through, we want to come through your flying warrior, left hand forward. Very nice. And then with control again, stepping the foot behind, slide that left leg behind, coming into your double block. And then one more time, squaring the hips to the front, sliding that left leg in front, coming in to your reaching warrior, flying warrior, sorry. Nice. Stepping the leg behind, slide the left leg behind, coming in to your double block. From your double block, the hands come forward. I want to lower down, transitioning whichever way works. Use the hands. Right hand comes behind. The right foot is going to press onto the outer edge. Big circle with the left hand coming into your warrior's bridge, lowering down. And now I want to again bring the weight forward. So again, use your hands. One way to do it is to use a bit of momentum to come up onto the left foot and then come forward onto the right leg, into your reaching warrior, bringing the right hand down, big circle with the left hand comes down, squaring the hips, release that right leg, making it light, reaching the right leg behind, and lowering the right leg down. Nice, so we'll do the left side now. So I'm going to step or jump the feet through the hands again. And coming. We know the drill by now. I should know it by now. Reaching up. Exhale, coming forward. Over to the left. See if the movement can go a little bit deeper now that we've done it so many times. Reaching back through the center. Over to the right. Coming back through center. Over to the left. Either both knees coming, staying down, raising the hips, or releasing the right knee. Gently coming back to center, coming over to the right, raising the hips. Very nice. Lowering back to center, coming all the way up, releasing the feet through your boat, slowly lowering all the way down, bending the knees, raising the hips, interlace the fingers, Nice. Lowering back down, straightening the legs. Start raising the legs up. You can stop halfway or you can continue all the way to the floor. And this time I'm going to bend the right knee and I'm going to come up through my warrior's base into my half moon. Nice. Take your time with control, bending that left knee, step the right leg behind, coming into your reaching warrior, bringing the left hand down, big circle with the right hand, squaring the hips, and now I'm going to press the right hand into the mat and raise the left elbow. Nice, bending the right knee as I come up through revolved archer. Start opening the right hand, left hand comes forward. Continue circling the hand through your goddess, crossing the hands into your double block. And this time we'll do the same again. So I'm going to step, I'm going to square the hips turning around towards the front of the mat. The right leg is going to slide through. And think of it as a continuous movement. So you're preparing and you reach forward with the right hand, flying warrior. Slowly returning, stepping the left foot behind, slide the right leg back into your double block. Second time, turning around, squaring the hips, hands are in front, step that right foot through into your flying warrior. Bending the knees, step the foot behind and coming back into your double block. Last time, squaring the hips forward, sliding the right leg in front, coming into your flying warrior, bending the feet, bending the knees, left leg is behind, slide the right leg back into your double block. And then from here, hands go forward or use your hands to lower down all the way to the floor. You just want to end up with the right knee bent, left knee straight. Left hand behind, big circle with the right hand. Left foot is going to tilt so the outer edge is on the mat. So raising up, warrior's bridge, nice. Lowering back down. So now I want to bring the weight back into the left. You can use a bit of momentum, coming forward into your reaching warrior. Left hand down, big circle with the right hand, squaring the hips, pushing the hands into the mat, make that left leg light, retract the left leg, reaching the left leg behind, and lowering the left leg down. Time for another little rolling vinyasa with our crocodile jumps. So maybe starting at the back of the mat. So I'm going to raising the heels. We're nearly finished. So raising the heels, curling the spine into a plank. 3 hops forward, 3 hops back. This always makes me laugh, I don't know why. And then slowly lowering down and push back up. Lowering back down and staying down. Tuck the toes under or keep the toes tucked under. Cobra roll, pushing the hips up. Point the toes. Start curling the spine. Vertebra, vertebra. Upward facing dog. Chin to chest. Push the hands away. Coming into your downward facing dog. And just bringing the knees down and just sitting back in child's pose. You can take the knees a bit wider if you want. Reaching the hands forward. So, coming back up. So we will do one more right, one more left, and then we're finished. We'll just flow through it a little bit quicker. So make it a bit more flowy. So maybe not as deep into the movements, so we can just flow through it a little bit more. Back in our downward facing dog, and then we're finished. We're going to step or jump the feet through the hands and come down to sit cross-legged. Reaching, inhale up, exhale, coming forward, coming over to the right, over through the center, coming over to the left, through the center, coming over to the right. Again, either both hips or release one leg, through the center, coming over to the left, again, either on both knees or releasing one. Back to center, curling up through your boat. Slowly lowering down, bending the knees, raising the hips, interlace your fingers. Lowering the hips back down, straightening the legs. Raising the legs up, either halfway or all the way. Bending the left knee first, and then slowly rolling up through your warrior base, pushing up, coming in to your half moon. Finding your balance, bending the front knee, stepping the left leg behind into your reaching warrior. Taking your time, bringing the left hand down, big circle with the right hand. Big circle with the left hand, both hands down, squaring the hips, drawing the right elbow up. Bending the left knee as you come, revolved archer. Really come into the twist here. Start opening the left hand as the right hand comes through the center. Continue the movement through your goddess into your double block. Squaring the hips, facing forward. So we'll do this with a little bit more of movement. Left leg comes through into your flying warrior. Lowering both knees. Roll down, step back into your double block. Hands either forward or use them to lower down. So the left knee is bent, right leg is straight. Big circle with the left hand into warrior's bridge. And lowering back down. Last time, a little bit of momentum to come back up. One way or another, I want to end up back in my reaching warrior, right hand down. Big circle with the left hand, squaring the hips, make the right leg light, retracting it, reaching the right leg back, lowering the right leg down. Left side, step or jump the feet through the hands. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, coming forward. Over to the left this time. Open the chest. Big circle. Over to the right. Big circle, center. Over to the left. Either both knees or release one knee. Lowering. back to center, over to the right. Very nice. Lowering back to the center, coming up through your boat, all the way back down, bending the knees and then raising the hips. Interlace your fingers and lowering back down. Straighten the legs out, raising the legs up either towards the ceiling or all the way over your head. And this time, bending the right knee first, through your warrior's base, stepping onto the left leg, coming up into your half moon. Oops. Gently stepping back through your reaching warrior. Left hand down, big circle with the right hand, squaring the hips and straight away, taking that left hand up, bending the elbow, bending the right knee, revolved archer, opening the right hand, left hand comes forward, warrior two. Continue through the center into your double block. Turning to square the hips forward, step that right foot in front through your flying warrior, stepping the left leg behind, straight away into your double block, lowering down, right knee bent, left leg straight, left hand behind, and big circle over the straight leg into your warrior's bridge, and lowering back down with some momentum, coming over the right side through your reaching warrior, lower the left hand down, big circle with the right hand, squaring the hips, pushing the hands into the mat. Make that left foot light, and then reaching the left leg behind and lowering the left leg down. And now I'm just going to slide the right leg in between my hands and coming either into a pigeon with the back leg straight or bending the front and the back knee in a bit of an S shape. You can use a bolster here if you want. And lowering down, resting your head onto your hands on your mat. You can walk the hands a little bit over to the right. See the difference of how it feels. Walking them over to the right and then walking them over to the left. Some people find one side harder than the other, and it's not always the same for all people. Nice, and then coming up and swapping the legs around. Left leg forward, and again, reaching forward. You can either stay there and play around a little bit with moving, walking the hands over to the left or to the right. But just trying both. And through to center and over to the other side. And back to center. And then I'm going to take that left leg back and I'm going to come and lie onto my front. Take the toes out, heels come in, and we're going to come into a variation of Shavasana. So overlapping the wrists. If you're wearing a watch, have it on the bottom. Resting your forehead onto your wrists. Try to completely relax here. Also keep a bit of attention into your breath. See if you can take a slightly deep breath into your back. And then start to slowly bring some movement back into the body. And gently, one way or another, pushing yourself up to come back into Seiza, or sitting cross-legged, whichever you prefer. Just close your eyes for a very brief moment. Take a couple of deep breaths. And again, do a little scan of your body, check how you're feeling, if your breathing has changed at all. If any tension has shifted. And then opening your eyes, bowing out of your practice, right hand down, left hand down. Coming back, return the right hand, left hand, and bowing into yourself and each other.